Now, it is officially bowl season, Bear, which means that, that God bless your bowl wagers, because who knows who's playing, who knows who's coaching, who knows who's opting out, who knows who's transferring. Every day there's more news, there's speculation about who's playing, who's not playing. But we're going to try to give you some wagers the next couple of weeks as we look at these rosters, we look at opt-outs, transfer portal, coaches, all those things that matter. Motivation is a huge part of bowl season. So we'll kind of walk you through the games that we like the next couple of weeks. Bear does like a couple now. We'll have a best bet as well at the end of the show. Let's start out, Bear, in Charlotte, North Carolina, with the Duke's Mayo Bowl. And Bear promised me, guys, if he wins this wager, he will dump mayonnaise on himself afterwards. So we'll have a video for you guys if the wager catches a Bear dumping Duke's mayonnaise all over himself. It's North Carolina, West Virginia. West Virginia is favored by 3 right now. North Carolina finished the season 8-4 overall, 6-6 against the spread. West Virginia also 8-4 and 7-5 against the spread. Again, Duke's Mayo Bowl, Charlotte, North Carolina. What do you got here, Bear?
I will absolutely do that on as long as it's not going to affect my shoulder harness sutures, because the game's going to be after I have my surgery. So I want to make sure I'm okay with that. I want to just preface it, but yeah, absolutely, I want some Duke's Mayo to dump on myself if the Mountaineers do get this job done and beat North Carolina by more than 3 points. And you hit on it with motivation, and playing these games is so difficult to do. This is more of an anticipation by me that I don't think Drake May and a lot of other North Carolina Tar Heels are going to play this game. Look, the second half of the year, UNC has not been good at all. While the game's in Charlotte, I just can't see a whole lot of excitement for a team that was 6-0. You were in the top 10, and again for what they think the third straight year now kind of collapsed down the stretch. Like I said, I think there'll be other opt-outs besides May, and West Virginia has been a surprise this year. I mean, last year we were talking about Neil Brown maybe being fired. They rattled off 8 wins in a very surprisingly successful year. An opportunity to go to the state of North Carolina, beat the Tar Heels, win 9 games. I think that's a big deal for West Virginia after what they've been through in that program the last couple of years. So I did lay the 3 with West Virginia, and hopefully you will too, because I think if nothing else, you're going to get a good opportunity to maybe buy back if you wish to do so, because I think this number is going to run.
I like it. Again, motivation, opt-outs, those are things you got to follow. You know, the local beat writers, look them up, see what they're tweeting, see what they're writing about, kind of get the idea of what the coaches think might happen in this game. And maybe people leak out, of course, who's going to play and who's not. But I think it's very reasonable to think that Drake May is not going to play in this game. And North Carolina's defense faltered down the stretch. Makes a lot of sense. Let's go to one more bowl game here before we get to gambling group chat. The Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. I believe this one is going to be Yankee Stadium as it is every year, Bear. Rutgers versus Miami. Miami's favored by 2.5. Total is low, 41.5 here. Rutgers 6-6 from the season, 6-5-1 against the spread. The Hurricanes finished 7-5, but 6-6 against the spread. What do you got here in the Pinstripe Bowl?
Well, again, this one is just turned into guess the motivation along with opt-out information portal. It's been a while since Miami won a bowl game, but they don't have a quarterback. I mean, Tyler Van Dyke's in the portal, and they got backups who aren't really overly inspiring. They're going to have, I think, 8 other guys, I think, now who have left in the portal. Like a winter's afternoon at New York at a baseball stadium, I don't think was exactly what Miami had in mind before the Georgia Tech game, and after that upset over A&M. I think Miami is going to have difficulty moving the ball against a Rutgers defense, which did a pretty good job against Ohio State and Michigan. So as someone, maybe the only person in the country who has both a Rutgers helmet and a Miami helmet on his bookshelf, the Miami helmet you can't see because it's directly behind me. I actually did grab the 3 with Rutgers. It's 2.5 pretty much in most spots now. I'd still take 2.5 with Rutgers.
You're going to mention it, I believe, later, the number you have about, single-digit dogs in these games. Like, if you like them to cover, they typically win the game. So points are always important. You want the best number. But a lot of times in the bowl game, you're getting an outright win if you're taking an underdog who's less than a touchdown. That's typically the way the games go.
Bear Bets full episodes drop twice a week right here on the Bear Bets YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to stay ahead of the odds, and let's celebrate all of our wins together.